sophisticated problems using AND, IF, and OR. One problem that we haven't worked a solution for though is where you have more than two possible outcomes. For example, looking at this data, I would like to categorize my parents into three possible outcomes. Category A, if their balance is settled, they have 0. Category B, if they're in arrears, so that means they have a positive on their balance. Or category C, if they're actually overpaid, so they have a negative amount on their balance. Now the problem here is we don't just have two possible outcomes, we have three. How do we solve the problem? The if function, as we've seen it so far, can't help us because the structure of the if is very rigid. We have a logical test, what to do if true, and then what to do if false. You can't just pop a comma on the end and hope for the best. So how do we solve the problem? Well, the answer's quite simple. Another if. So what we would do is we would check first, is our balance equal to 0? If it is, give them a category A. If it isn't, well, there are two possibilities. So in that last section in the brackets, we pop another if, and inside that if, we check if the balance is greater than 0. If it is, we give them a category B, otherwise we give them a category C. Let's see this in practice. We're going to start by inserting another column. So I'm going to click on C, the nice little shortcut key, we're going to press Ctrl+. If you're using the plus at the top on your keyboard, make sure you use Shift as well. And then we're just going to pop category into the title. Now, we're going to start with our if again. So equals if, then open our brackets. The first logical test is balance equal to 0. If it is, we're going to say that you're going to be category A. If it is not, now we've only got one argument left. But that's okay. We're going to put an if statement in there too. So we're going to type out if and open another bracket. The logical test this time is our balance greater than 0? If it is, it means they are in arrears. Then they're going to be category B. Otherwise, there's only one option left, then they're category C. Close your brackets from the second if, close your brackets from the first if, and click enter. And now, when I double click copy down, you'll see all my parents with 0 have A's, my parents with an outstanding balance have B's, and this parent who somehow overpaid is category C. Let's have a look. You can get the hang of it. We've also decided to make our sibling discount a little bit more fair. If there are 2 students enrolled, we're still going to give them 5% off, but if there are 3 or more enrolled, because it's much more expensive, we're actually going to give them 8% off. So let's start this from the beginning. We're going to say equals if, and open our brackets. Our first check is our number of students enrolled equal to 1? If it is, there's no discount, so we just type a 0. If it is not, well, there are 2 possibilities. They could be 2, or they could be more. So we put another if, and again open our brackets. The logical test this time is, are the number of students enrolled equal to 2? If they are, we're going to give them the 5% discount. So that's the calculated fee times 5%. Otherwise, it must be more than 2. So we're going to do the calculated fee times 8%. Again, close your brackets from your second if, close your brackets from your first if, click enter. And let's just quickly copy that down, and we've now recalculated the sibling discount. You'll see siblings where there's